What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Smash JT. We got some information from Terraonion today coming out with the Mega SD, and on the surface it might not seem like such a big deal. It's just a cartridge that you plug into your Genesis and you can play Genesis ROMs. Great, these things already exist. What is so special about the Mega SD? What makes it a game changer? It plays Sega CD games on the Genesis. Announced during a Terraonion Direct, the ultimate accessory for Genesis Megadrive, complete FPGA recreation of the entire Mega CD Sega CD hardware into a plug-and-play cartridge. This is some tech that I could have never imagined being a reality, but here we are looking at what's coming out from Terraonion and this device that they've announced, what it's able to do. It's a game changer for the retro game community at large. This thing is going to output not only Sega Genesis games, not only Sega CD games, but if you have the 32X add-on, you can also play 32X ROMs off of this cartridge. Fantastic stuff, but it doesn't stop there. There's even more that this Mega SD will do for you. There are specific modified Genesis games that they've made to work with the Sega CD audio output of this thing, so that the quality they show in their direct outrun of the sound is CD sound quality, not Sega Genesis quality, which is crazy to even think that they're able to change the output of the audio and make it higher quality from these retro games. It's not limited to just the original Genesis. It works on every single model of the Sega Genesis, up to the newest model, all the way back to the Nomad, the portable Genesis. Being able to plug it in and play Sonic CD on a Nomad via a cartridge. Pretty wild stuff. People who are not retro enthusiasts might look at this and say, yeah, you can already do that with ROMs on other hardware. You don't need to buy this cartridge to be able to play it on that, which is true. You can play these games in other places without having to buy a cartridge. But just the fact that they were able to recreate this, use the Motorola chip that was on the Sega CD, put it into the cartridge, able to transfer all the information from a Sega CD BIOS into playing through the actual Genesis hardware. It is stuff legends are made of when it comes to engineering in the retro tech community. Pre-orders are available now, and it goes for a little bit of money, 232 euros. Through translating on Google, that's a little over $250 USD for one of these puppies. Now, it is expensive, and it is going to be able to provide you with hours and hours of entertainment, but a lot of people are going to get hung up on that price point. It is cheaper than a lot of the stuff they've created in the past, but still, that's a high price to be paying for basically what amounts to a cartridge that you plug into your Sega Genesis. Because this is able to play Sega CD games without the need of the Sega CD add-on, I could see a lot of people in the retro community via Craigslist and eBay offloading their Sega CDs right now and buying those 32Xs, because the 32X is still required to plug into the Sega Genesis to play those games, but the Sega CD is not. So there is some inherent value to the 32X now, and I never thought I'd say that, because outside of Sean Long, not too many people are big on the 32X. Now there is a reason to get one and a reason to not own the Sega CD anymore. This is something that, fascinating stuff, lots of potential with it, and honestly, being someone who is a big time retro enthusiast, had a Sega CD growing up, had a 32X growing up, had a Genesis growing up, played all of these games to death, but I missed out on a few. Man, the potential is huge here to own this thing and able to play these BIOS of these old school games on actual Genesis hardware. It also is fully compatible with the Analogue Mega Sg. It's easy to interface with navigating your collection, adding screenshots, genre, year, and description to be able to filter through and go through each of the games. Save state support for Megadrive and Genesis cartridge games up to 8 slots. Built-in cheat engine for the Mega Drive and Genesis cartridge games, emulates all different Genesis, Mega Drive, Master System 32X cartridge mappers, stores all different Genesis, Mega Drive, Master System 32X cartridge saves into a micro SD card, per game Mega CD, Sega CD, backup RAM and cartridge RAM stored into the micro SD card, Master System FM core, and in-game menu for fast reboot and swapping of games. This thing literally has it all. It looks to be the end-all be-all item for the retro game enthusiast that wants to play these games on original hardware. Pre-orders are open now. It does ship from overseas, and the item starts shipping the first week of August 2019. They say by strict purchase order, shipping times will depend on sales volume. So if there is a tremendous amount of demand for these, you might want to get in early to ensure you get it as soon as possible. It is mind-blowing. I don't know how many people out there could have envisioned this, but I am definitely not one of them. Putting the Sega CD on a cartridge and plugging that into the Sega Genesis. Just anyways, that's all I got for you guys today, but again, this is some pretty groundbreaking technology, huge news in the retro game community, and dare I say, a game changer for the Genesis community at large. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.